Oh. Whoa. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. Two or one. Who's here? Hey, yo, Chad, who's there? Who is it? My theory is that Wii Bowling is like wakeboarding. When you sleep, you learn the technique better. So I'm just gonna do a couple games a day. I'll have it in several days. Let's see. Last game, we had a lot of too far to the right. So we're going to work on a little more power. And we're going to try to dial in where on the lane I have to be. It was the same pin I was leaving almost every time. So we wait till I get to the front, and then we go, whoop. Fuck. It's that same pin. Right. I'm automatic over 200 these days, though, so that's big. It's all about that power. Woo, too far to the right. Or no. Too far to the left. Finding that sweet spot is so hard. If you leave the 5 pin, you are too far to the right. If you leave the 7 and 4, you're too far to the left. So we're just going to try to line up between these two. And then be strong. Woo! See, this is quite good. We're going to try a different strategy. We might be trying a new strategy. We're gonna try spinning a little bit. We're gonna see if I go right on this dot and I spin it. This might be a recipe. This is a home cooked recipe for me. Let's see. Let's see if this works. So we wait till we go up, minimize any variation. We do the step ball. We're gonna go up and then we're gonna do a move ball. We're gonna spin it. All right. Not the most successful round. A little playing around, refining the strategy a little bit. Do you have a feel for it now, though? Oh, we got a like. We got a like on the video. I don't know how to check who's watching though, so we're blind right now. All right, we're gonna do one more. Then we're gonna do some corn, then we're gonna go for a run. So. New strategy. Let's see what we can do this round. Don't think I love this. This round's a wash. We're just gonna speed through this. And the biggest issue I'm having is not getting consistent power. So we're working on that. See, that's gonna be good. So there's good power. It's hard to get good power every time. That's okay. We're not impressed. We're not pressed about this. Bang. So you know, when it's good power, you know. Just gotta do it 12 times in a row. Easy money. How hard could it be? See? When you get that power going, you start getting turkeys, you start getting fours, start getting fives. Guess I'm about to hit the gym, get a little stronger. Fuck. Too far to the right. think I could still get a high score here if I strike out. Ooh! Oh, that's so close. Alright. We discovered a new cue though. So here I have little strategies. 7 or 4 is too far left. 5 is too far right. As I only bring controller to my waist. So I lose power when I try to do too much arm swing on the down. But if I just keep it nice and quick to the waist, I don't lose power. So watch. Good power, bang. See, leaving the 5, that's a directional thing. It's not a power thing. We have good power on that one. So it's a 204, like I said. 3 of my last 5 games have been over 200. So I'd say contrary to what Connor thinks, I have made a lot of progress since January. If every game's over 200. 28 in. All right, we're going on pause. Oh, it's game over. My song's on. We're ready for one more round. Warmed up. Did some corn. That's right. Who's here? Still just right. Love it. We'll practice round. Line up right in the middle. All about power. And get up there. We go. All the way over the head. Let's see it. Oh my god. Now I see 9 frames. I know I can't do it. Jesus Christ. Bang. Oh. I didn't get issue on your powers. I wasn't putting it high enough over my head. We're going to get back to that. Because last time I played, my arms got really sore the next day, so I was doing that, I guess. Okay. Not looking good. Not looking good. Woo! Come on. We're going to strike out now. Roll 6 in a row. Why not? Oh. Tough. Still want to be over 200. See, that's a bet. That just should not happen. Means you're doing something wrong. There's only a few pins that should ever be up. Otherwise, my technique's bad. We're trying a different strategy. We're going to line up on the second hash. A little further right than usual. And we're going to do a little bit of spin at the top. We're still going to move bar. And hopefully it just ends right into that pocket for us. I mean, this could be the winner. The inconsistency in the pins they were setting up, just having to get the other strategy out of the field, but throwing straight, wasn't going to do it. Well, we're going to try to still spin it, but keep it as consistent as spin as possible. Bang. Ooh. Oh. 170. Need a break. Crazy ad. But as per Ryan's request, you hear the music, Ryan?
All right, dinner's cooking. One more game. Let's do it. Mm. Pause the lo-fi.
Alrighty, let's rip. Looks like we still got Ryan on. Oh, sad. Very sad. I tried though. What does the chat love? Ryan, what does the chat love? Please tell me. I'm gonna turn off. It looks like we got a little bit glare. Take care of that. Hopefully. Maybe. Damn, that's crazy. The chat couldn't hear the music. I'm back. Indeed. Okay. Let's do it. One round. Any song requests? What are we thinking? Copy in the next 30 seconds. Ryan, you're the best. You're the best spectator thus far, despite missing the first one. All right. No song requests. We're gonna stick to the classics. Oh. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your girl to find that song. That's real. Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. I can change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you're leaving me. Five. Five means I was too far right. All about power. Bang. Let's go. I think the sweet spot isn't right in the middle of the two dots, but a tiny bit on the left side of the middle of the two dots. With power. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no. Baby girl. Oh. See, I have no clue what happened. We don't love that. I simply do not know. makes no sense. I'm gonna be honest. It makes no fucking sense. That should not have been straight. And so many of the other ones should have been. See, I don't even fucking know. This is crazy. Just when you think you know the deal, once again lost. I am getting good at consistently getting spin on it, doing all sorts of weird stuff. So, progress, perhaps. Alright, let's see what we can do. Bang. Alright, well, I'm gonna strike, call it. Oh, damn, we. Can't win them all. Cannot win them all. We're up to game 30. That was a 159. I can bowl better in real life. It's crazy. Gotta eat and shower. This is what we're gonna do, though. What everyone came here for. Yeah, you know what's up, chat. You know what's happening now. It's about that time. Oh, it's on Apple TV. You already know I got Apple TV for the Mets, baby. LGM, even though they suck right now, this actually might be even more terrorizing than me having to bowl. Just make me watch every Mets game of them blowing leads in August.
Overcome that many injuries to key players, getting a good injury back, losing Chris Sale, but they still feel like they have a core group of guys that get them back to the postseason next year. And so this is a time where you can audition if you're a younger player to try to make the roster next year. And so this is a first-class organization.
Now, playoff odds are what they are. I mean, mostly these things just kind of irritate me. Because you have the Braves at 93 cents before they even started the season. You got to play the games, do you not?
You want a crown, you crown.
The Mets are at 78% now. They've lost 16 of their last 21. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Beatty. Line to left center. Harris got a good jump as he can't make the play ranged in, but the ball was too far out in front of him, and it's Beatty with a 1-out single here in the second inning.
Well, the fan graph is what's fan. You know what I mean? Be able to have a debate and say, hey, if we have this roster, if this kid gets called up, if this player has another MVP type season, and then, those who dictate, but you have to play the game. And so there's no liars in baseball. This season is so long. You know what I mean?
It was the 0-3 Marlins odds to win the World Series.
Not very high.
Tyrod Taylor is the batter with 1 out. Swing and a miss. The Mets are still, as you saw, 78% is their playoff odds to get there, but they're not going to get there if they keep going 5-16.
Look, out of all that adversity that they've gone through, if they play well over the next couple of weeks and still have a chance to take championship for the wild card, anything can happen. Ooh, watch out for the cameraman right there. Uh-oh.
Everybody okay in that camera
Oh,
wall?
no.
Now there's no balls, 2 strikes on Taylor.
Oh. They built him a lot of tough, though.
There's a line drive to left and a base hit for Taylor. Beatty making his way around second will stop there. It's back-to-back 1-out singles.
Taylor doing a good job of covering that off speed, swung through the first cutter, elongated that swing, keeps the line moving. It's talked about at such an important pitch, but this was more of the bigger breaking ball, caught too much of the middle of the plate. Taylor recognized it mid-flight. This barrel.
Brings up Cedric Mullins, who was one of the Mets' premier names that they acquired at the trade deadline. Mets were busy as Mullins is a fly ball to right field. Cunha trots after it and gets there for the second out. Mullins just has not produced. The Mets were able to acquire some flashy names. Ryan Helsley, with the closer in St. Louis. Helsley has certainly struggled as a Met. Tyler Rogers, coming over from the Giants, has been okay, but they really haven't gotten the production from some of those guys they thought they were going to do.
And it's very important, especially what Cedric Mullins can do defensively when he's right. He's one of the better defenders in all of baseball, but the bats have not been there. He just doesn't seem comfortable. And neither does Helsley in that situation of throwing the fastball, but also having a good slider.
Here's the number 9 batter, the catcher, Hayden Sanger. Francisco Alvarez with a thumb injury. The expectation was that he was going to be out for many weeks. It sounds like it might be sooner than that, though.
Yeah, I think he understands the urgency of him being behind the plate. It says if he can be 75, 80%, he still can be a factor. Very important.
Sanger popping one up foul, 1 ball, 1 strike.
If you're a glass half full person, if you look at it, if you're a fan of the Mets, they still have not played their best baseball yet looking at this roster. And if you look at this roster on paper, offensively, they're athletic, they have net, they have power. Hopefully, get some consistency with the starters. I think they should call up some of those young prospects.
It's a long drive, base hit to left for Sanger. Brett Beatty heads to the plate. On his way to third is Taylor, and Hayden Sanger comes through a 2-out RBI to give the Mets a 1-0 lead.
Big hit by Sanger. 162 average in 22 games in the majors this season. But again, I think they have a good game plan. And Quincy, how he's trying to attack them, either it's the cutter or the slow breaking ball. If he doesn't get that cutter all the way in, it looks like these Mets are doing a good job of making the adjustment, looking middle and being on time.
It's the second major league run batted in for Sanger. Mets have a 1-0 lead as Lindor stands in. Struck out his first time. Lindor, the reigning National League Player of the Week, has a 9-game hitting streak. Takes strike 1 from Joey Wentz. The leads have not been the problem. Mets have had plenty of leads since this downstretch began in the middle of June. They have gone 22-36. They have 21 blown lead losses in those 36 defeats.
Another real problem, Wayne, is innings 6 to 8. Because the starting rotation can't go deep into the ball games, now all of a sudden, if you're Carlos Mendoza, you have to deploy 4 to 5 guys a game. And if one guy's wrong, the game is blown away. And so that's the situation. That's why the starting pitcher position is so important, Wayne, to be able to navigate the lineup, be able to go through the lineup twice with the game intact. It's a different world when you go 5 innings as opposed to going 6 innings. So we haven't seen a lot of that consistency. And so all these injuries that they dealt with in the rotation and subpar play put them in a tough spot.
1-2 strikes on the door. And the innings they are getting from the starters have not been good innings either. The starters have not only not pitched deep into games, they have not pitched very well when they've been out. The starters' ERAs are 5 for the Mets during that stretch. So it's, not only the bullpen being overworked, the starters have not been very good. It's been a tough stretch for the Mets pitching staff. And I think more than anything, that's why they've struggled so much.
Well, you look at Holmes, who's a converted reliever into a starter. Now he's in a tough stretch where he hasn't thrown this much. They're still waiting on Sean Manaea to kind of hit the ground running. He hasn't been totally himself. Got a chance to talk to him about the importance of his start. Kodai Senga, is he really that frontline guy that you trust? So everybody's kind of giving these numbers where it's like, who's going to really emerge as a starter to be able to set the tone for the rest of his rotation? But it falls on the rotation. They really want to get into the postseason.
It's the split since that middle of June date, June 13th, and how the starters' numbers have fared since then. That really shocks you. It shows you why the Mets have been in this position for so long now. 3-2 on Lindor. Sanger at first will get a head start. It's ball 4, so the bases are loaded, and Juan Soto will have a chance to put a dent into the Braves here. But this is what we mean when you see what the Mets stars are doing. All sub-4 ERAs, and in most cases sub-3 through June 12th. And since then, all of them over 4, a few of them over 5. That's why this thing is turning the way it has.
And if you look at David Peterson, he's the most consistent guy you have in your rotation this far. If you look at Kodai Senga, he's a much better pitcher than 5 ERA. Clay Holmes still working out the kinks of just learning how to pitch throughout the whole season. But you look at Sean Manaea, he was somebody that they talked about the whole season. He was able to be able to hit the ground running and really return as that postseason Manaea. They have yet to see that. And so it's put a lot of pressure, and that's why you call up a guy like Frank, you call up some of your other prospects, put a shot in the arm, especially if they're starters, be able to be impactful and add some stability. Because it's right now, they have a chance right now. I know all the rumors and all the things they've been talking about how this team is struggling, how the Yankees are struggling, but that can all change. But it starts and ends on the mound.
There's Juan Soto with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Mets have a 1-0 lead. Taylor getting way down the line at third. Soto looks to strike one. Soto has hit 31 home runs this year. They've either been solo shots or 2 runs. He has not hit a home run with at least 2 men on base all season. He's got 3 on the bases here.
I tell you what, if Wentz backs up that cutter again, he's not going to get that baseball back.
Tosses that one in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soto's only had 1 career grand slam. See all the home runs that he's hit with either 1 man on or nobody on. 31 home runs. You can go back over a decade. The last guy to hit this many over the course of a season without a 3-run homer or a grand slam. It's 2 balls and a strike on Soto. That ball goes away from Baldwin at all. Taylor's going to score. Get a huge lead off third.
Baldwin's extremely athletic back there. Already had a block in the first inning where he blocked it off his shoulder.
2 balls, 1 strike with the bases loaded. The Mets have a run home. Soto takes strike 2 around the edge.
I was just about to say, he's got to make sure you got to be able to do the fastball. You can tell right now, maybe these Mets hitters are taking the pitches. They know that either a cutter or a slow breaking ball is coming. And so now all of a sudden the hits are the outs are hard to come by. So you know this talent may be aggressive looking for this fastball.
And it's 2-2. And Soto takes out just a little bit low. Ball 3. Fans wanted to strike on the swing. Like Soto held out.
Nah, he didn't go.
You're gonna run him out there.
Nah, I'm a pitcher, but I'm put down too easy. Nah, he didn't go.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Mets lead 1-0. Soto takes ball 4, so Taylor is walked in. Soto gets a run batted in for his patience, and the Mets have a 2-0 lead.
It just looked like in that situation, Twitch wanted to throw the perfect fastball, and that's tough with that mindset. But it also looked like he wanted to go to this cutter. The way that Juan Soto was taking it, you tell he was all over that.
99th walk drawn by Soto this year. Mets record is 125. John Olver, the only man who's ever walked 100 times in a season. Did that in 1999. The Mets and Braves played one another in the entertaining National League Championship Series. This is still loaded for Starling Marte. Now the ball, 1 strike.
Marte had a quality about the first time around, and so look at it in a situation where he can really get a ball in the gap and blow his game up early.
Ball, 2 strikes on Marte. Although it's been going a certain way for the Mets, that no lead has felt safe for them. They had a 6-0 lead against the Braves at Citi Field on August 13th, and they lost that game 11-6.
Yeah, no lead is safe, especially when you're going up against your arch rival. You understand, the other side understands the importance of these games, and so they're going to play hard to try to send you home early.
Ball, 2 strikes on Marte. Moves this one up to shallow right. It's Acuna coming in. Gets there to end the inning. Mets get a couple of runs. The next half inning, we'll talk to 3 guys who hardly ever gave up a couple of runs. Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz in the booth in just a moment.
Hey, what do you do here?
Get a gig that's built to last.
The beach. To Corona, she isn't just a place. She is an element. And with salt and spray, she shows us relentlessly into the present. That's what's inside every bottle of Corona. So no matter where your journey takes you, with just a sweet smile, the beach is always closer than you think. Corona, the playa awaits.
At the Farmer's Dog, our recipe is more than the ingredients we choose. It's what we choose to do with them. Developed by our vet nutritionists, all our food is made to the highest safety standards and has clinically proven benefits. It's gently cooked to deliver the nutrients your dog needs without the ultra-processing. Because good ingredients matter, but the best recipes call for so much more. Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/MLB.
Well, before the game today, the 1995 Atlanta Braves celebrating their 30th anniversary of winning the World Series. And the ceremonial first pitches from who else? Greg Maddox, Tom Glavine, and John Smoltz, the 3 Hall of Fame pitchers that helped carry the Braves to that title and many other postseasons. And they're all in the booth with us. Couldn't be more honored to have you guys. Thanks a lot for doing this. It was a lot of fun. Happy to do it. It was fun. Thank you. The 95 Braves. Can you guys believe it's been 30 years? My body can't. Yeah.
I saw y'all running out that tunnel. It was like a couple hard steps and then you coasted in there, huh? Yeah. Good to see you guys, though, man. And it's nice to see you guys get your flowers well deserved. And I'm sure you guys are excited to see the whole ball club and keep touching some of those guys. And so how was it this experience today?
Well, seeing Bobby was the greatest thing. I mean, he's been through it, and the fact that they got him here is amazing. And, he was the heartbeat of everything. So that really is the coolest thing that you could think of, besides seeing everybody on the team, remembering who his teammates and who was.
95, that World Series ended with Tom on the mound, 8 shutout innings against Cleveland in that 1-0 win. For all you guys, how does the heartbeat settle when you have a close game in the postseason? You're trying to advance, you're trying to win a championship, and it's 1-0 late in the game. You've all been there.
Well, it depends on who's on the mound. When you're having to watch it, your heart rate's through the roof. When you're having to watch it, you have no control over it. When you're out there on the mound, it's what we do. So you kind of learn to deal with it. But, fortunately, pitching was always kind of boring the other 4 days. But being able to watch these guys made it a little bit more fun. So I had the worst position, meaning I wanted us to win so bad, but I had to be ready for Game 7. So whenever you're sitting there, you can't get emotionally involved. It's just weird. I mean, for me, I've been on both sides of it, hoping I get to a Game 7 because we're down 3-2. But when you're up 3-2, you're like, come on, Tommy. You just can't get so carried into the game that you lose focus on what you're going to do the next day.
I've been blessed to lock up against all 3 of you guys, and I remember being a Marlin and saying, like, every time I saw you guys in the lineup, I got to go pitch for these guys. And so you guys really raised my bar. So I really want to thank you guys because it was one of those things where it's like a bloop and a blast and another double. It's like you're going to lose that game 3-0, especially when you won against Greg Maddox. But how was that? Do you guys feel that across the diamond that guys looked up to you guys even though you're in the heat of battle?
I think so. I think, you realize you were going to get your best effort.
Right.
You had to match them as well. It wasn't about so much them matching me. It's about making sure that we match them and do our own thing and do what we can to win.
Well, you guys had 3 different styles. Did you guys bounce things off each other when you saw something in a hole and stuff, even though you guys had different pitch mixes? Because I've hit off all you guys, and so I see your split finger. You've broken my bat a couple times at 84 miles an hour and gave me a little smile. You hit me in the backside at Wrigley and lost the game and stuff like that, and left me down the line and what have you. So I've got a chance to battle against you guys, and so do you guys ever bounce anything off you guys?
All the time, yeah. We pitched for 11 years. I pitched 11 years with this guy. So, there was a lot of conversations that came up. And, you learn from your teammates as well as your coaches. And I think we were lucky to have one another to learn from. So we had a quick half inning. We'll talk to these guys a bit more after this break as the Braves go down in order 1, 2, 3 in the 6th.
Meanie. The best thing I will. I'm fortunate enough, smart enough to get away from Joe. He owes me $3 million.
What was I thinking coming to see you? I feel like one of those idiots at the zoo who gets in the tiger cage to take a photo.
The boy's a liability.
X.
Is he though?
Tell me you don't miss that.
Meanie. Rated R. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus.
How about the new Ultimate Trio? Choose 3 apps, 3 sauces, over 80,000 combinations for only $14.99. Now that's a heck of an option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Thanks to a bed and breakfast on Booking.com, even Cardinals fans are loving Chicago.
Oh, no, just scoping out the competition.
Deep dish.
For research.
With so many choices, you can be a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Precise designs, subtle curves, curated upgrades, elevated design for thoughtful living. Thuma.
You don't need deep pockets to clean deep. Woo! With new Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Free and Clear Laundry Detergent. Our most powerful free and clear formula. Skin safe certified 100%.
Some call it orgullo. Others call it el corazón taíno. But sometimes the journey is set on track with your ancestors cheering you on. For Francisco Lindor, el Tintín de la Plena was the first Rolling Stone. Every at-bat was an encore. Every strike of the drum echoed like a promise. El destino no siempre avisa, pero llega con flow.
Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship. A great call from Bob Costas as the Braves clinch the World Series in 1995 against Cleveland as Pete Alonso leads off the third inning with a base hit. It's the only championship for all three of you guys. What was the memory of that moment when the ball landed in Grissom's glove?
I mean, I don't want to speak for these guys, but I think for me, it was kind of like one of those life flash before your eyes kind of thing, in the sense that, in that short period of time, a lot of things go through your mind. Like, man, we started in spring training and we've had a couple of disappointments, and a lot of the same guys that were part of those disappointments. Now we get to go act like fools on the pitcher mounds. It's kind of all that stuff goes through your head a little bit.
Yeah, it was major relief. I mean, we were getting lumped in now with storylines you don't want to be lumped in with, because you go so far and you're always there late and you don't win. Forget our 8 World Series losses were by 1 run leading into 95, so it was a big relief, and we could no longer have to deal with that at that point. We won our championship. First one in the city of any sport.
Now, you didn't struggle with them in the first few years of them going to the postseason.
Yeah, I didn't have the scar tissue previously, but for me, it was the ultimate prize. To win the World Series, it's the ultimate prize. All the individual stuff's awesome, but to be able to celebrate something with your teammates, and then you find out your neighborhood, your city, everybody, and pretty special.
Bobby beating you guys, because even as an opponent, I remember sliding in versus my left hand. He jumped out of his seat. The next day, he called me over the dugout, and he was all over me for about 30 minutes. Like, listen, kid, we want to beat you up. We don't want to see your left hand going to play like that. I mean, what do you mean as far as the impact of your growth as a professional pitcher?
Yeah, for me, it was everything in my career. I mean, he traded for me, and then he managed me. And, I got a chance to stay 21 years with Bobby. And I was 211 in 1991, and he stuck with me. So my career really was defined by him, believing in me. And, all of us, I just don't know there's a better man in the world to play for.
Now, he was, for me, obviously the greatest influence in baseball on me. Probably the second biggest male influence behind my dad. Just an all-around great guy. And listen, it's something special when you have a crappy game and you read the paper the next day and he can't talk enough good things about you. It's like, were you watching the same game? But you feel bad when you have a bad game and let it down, and that's just the way he was. Everybody would run through a wall for him.
Was it ever, between the three of you guys, fans that didn't watch baseball back then might not even believe this? 80 sends one to deep center. Harris tracking gets over his head as one outs the ball and kicks away. Alonso gets to third base. He'll be held there as Harris hits it in. It's a double for Brett Beatty. But you guys, between the three of you, had 218 complete games. How do we get to a point where pitchers hardly even get 1 or 2 in a season? How do you get that back for the next generation?
The only way to get it back is rule changes. You're never going to get it self-correct. That's just we all are. It's an addictive society when you see the velocity and spin that these guys have. They're not going to train them to do. Our reward system back then was our reward system. If you pitched, you got paid. If you didn't, you didn't. And it's not the same now. So the reward system today is anti what you just said. So that will never change until there's a rule change in pitching that causes you to have a philosophy change. Because otherwise, they like what they're seeing.
Well, at the third, Alvarez makes the play the first to hold the runners 2 down.
Listen, that's a very PC answer, but I go crazy watching. I've had a career like you guys, but to see guys go 4 2/3 and be happy with that, to me, that's unacceptable, because now you got to deploy 5 guys. I took pride in going out there and navigating the lineup 2 or 3 times, going into the 8th inning with the game intact. Even if you're losing the ball game, I felt like I came from that mentality because you guys set the tone of that. You start what you finish. You're not an ace unless you throw 200 innings. And so you look at some of these kids now in the minor leagues, they go 50, 60 innings a year, and it's like, what are you really teaching him? So I'm a little more frustrated out there, vocal, so I'm going to get off my soapbox. But, you guys really set the tone, because every time I pitched against you guys, it was like, well, he's hitting off me for a 3rd time because it's the 7th inning, this is the 8th inning. And so I just feel like if it gets back to that type of pitching, you can save some of the bullpen arms. Also, I think they're afraid of contact. I don't think they pitch to contact.
I don't think they know how.
Right.
And I think they're all brought up on swing and miss is all that matters. How much swing and miss you're going to get. So, it's. I mean, I think we all feel the same way. And I don't fault. And I don't fault both of you. They're told to go out there and empty the tank in 4 or 5 innings. We got 6 guys behind you that can throw 100.
I mean, meanwhile, my bullpen catcher has full gear trying to block sliders in the dirt. But again, I still feel like I wish they could get back to that, even though you can possess the stuff, but throw the 92 mile-an-hour fastball, then hump up to 97. Change eye level and change velocity as well. So maybe to get y'all some uniform, especially you, old timer. I know you like to be on that golf course, but get up there and the special assistant a little bit.
I think we all could throw harder than what we pitched at, right? But in today's game, these guys are all pitching in how hard they can throw.
Right.
And they don't have, to your point, I say the same thing. They don't have that little extra when there's 2 strikes on a guy and they're putting them away because that's what they are. They're already there every pitch. I have a question. Who is the best hitter in this room right now?
Next shot hitter. Yeah. He was more weird. Well, I was a power guy, and then somehow he got 5 home runs on that.
You know what? He put on a jacket and started bouncing around at first base. And I said, come on, Ben, just stay home, man. Just stay home. And it was fun facing these guys, though, man. But I didn't like hitting off them. When I checked some numbers, they didn't like hitting off me. They didn't like hitting off me. But it was fun. It was fun. But to see Tommy have a little smile cracking my back at 84 miles an hour, and this.
Take that. I'm sitting on that change.
Yeah, right. I know he's going to throw it.
It's 3-2 on Cedric Mullins. Line drive to right past Acuna. That ball is well. And it's off the rolling right. It skips past Acuna. 2 runs come home. Mullins around the bases. For third base, he triples, and the Mets take a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, man, that could be the swing to really get him going. That was short and easy, a lot like Harris the second, being able to come down on that head, backspin that baseball right off the chop house ball. Fastball, middle, and move is thrown right off the bat.
I'll hit the bricks and then just blew past Acuna.
Yeah, Julio Franco used to hit a lot of balls like that off me.
That's now carried a 4-0 lead. Here's Sanger driven the first run as he takes ball 1. Has any of you guys worked with any pitchers, whether it's major or minor league?
I've been retired 16 years. I've talked to 1 pitcher.
So about right. I got maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. Not a lot.
Our worlds will not collide.
I try to work with them on their off swing a little bit, but I'm not going to mess around with their mechanics or anything like that. It's just a different, it's just a different way to do it now. And you teach what you know. And
the hardest thing, honestly, in any industry is you go backwards to go forwards. This is the only industry you don't go backwards to go forwards, because when you have all the answers to the test and they're giving you all the answers to the test, there's no need to ask any questions. And it's sad because, to your point, we all asked our predecessors. We were like, I don't care if it was Charlie Lee Brown. We were asking, and we wanted to know. We wanted to get better.
Pop up on the infield. That ends the inning. It couldn't be more than that. Great batting, Tom Glavine.
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate it. Really good to see you, Bill. Really good to see you guys. Man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys.
At the bottom of the 3rd here in Atlanta, the Mets have a 4-0 lead on the Braves.
This is as big as it gets for me. To be able to tell our stories, my people, my heritage, my indigenous culture. This has been my dream since I was a little boy. This is thing I've wanted to do my whole life. Nothing like this has ever been done before. And I've given it everything that I've got. I'm excited for the world to see this side of us. It's a dream come true to share with you. Very thankful to be here.
Okay, now. Bye.
now the most impactful, epic project of my career. Unbelievable. My ancestors. Chief of War is full of action, drama, and romance. Hey, Daddy-O! It's mind-blowing to be able to tell the story of my ancestors. I really love it because it has every ounce of fire and soul in it.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, and getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Let's flash you back once again to Game 6 of the 1995 World Series. Tom Glavine with 8 innings allowed, just 1 hit. Tony Pena had a single off him in the 6th inning of that game. Mark Wohlers held it down at the end. Glavine was named World Series MVP as the Braves finished off a Cleveland team that could really hit.
You know what? Being able to stifle that type of lineup in that situation, they deserve to be the champs. And just being able to stay out of the heart of the plate. He might have threw 3 fastballs down the middle. The rest were on the edges, and they expanded the zone. Tom Glavine just doing Tom Glavine things.
This is not Joe Alvarez Jr. leading things up. The bounce next fair at the left field line. Bouncing off the sidewall and extra bases for Alvarez. First hit for the Braves tonight. That's an leadoff double here in the 3rd. This is the lineup of those 95 Indians that just 1 through 9. A ridiculous batting order with Kenny Lofton, Omar Vizquel, Carlos Baerga, who's here, by the way, Albert Bell, Eddie Murray was still swinging the bat pretty good at that stage in his career. Manny Ramirez, Chip Tomey batting 7th.
That's what I'm looking at. Manny Ramirez and Chip Tomey batting at the bottom of the lineup. That was a very deep lineup.
Manny 7 and Tomey 8.
Look, you're hitting the 3rd. Don't worry about it.
That's quite a star-studded order. That was Chipper Jones' rookie year, 1995.
That's a bad man right there.
He was actually the runner-up for Rookie of the Year that year behind Hideo Nomo, who had all this craze coming from Japan. And Nomo had a tremendous year as well as Chipper. But it was Chipper's Braves that got the crown in the end, 1995 World Champions. Nick Allen is the batter here. He bounces one towards midline with the runner over his baby. Throws out Allen, and Alvarez down 3rd. Mets are out to a 4-0 lead here. Cedric Mullins, the big hit in the top of the 3rd, a triple off the wall in right field. Mullins trying to get things going since being traded from Baltimore. Hasn't had a great offensive year to begin with, but he has been less so as a Met.
Yeah, 203 was just 1 home run in the first 17 games as a Met. So that was nice to see him be able to get on top of that fastball. But you see the power that he possesses. Carlos Mendoza talked about. He's attacking the right pitches, but just fouling them off. And so hopefully that type of swing gets him going.
That was a big swing with 2 outs in that inning. The Mets get a couple more runs. They lead 4-0. It's McClain against Profar here. You go. It's one.
I hope he got that cutter at the top of the zone. Profar doing a good job of just holding up, getting a hitter friendly count.
Profar got hit by a pitch to start the game. McClain stumbled on his first pitch thrown. Here, Profar going the other way for a base hit. Alvarez comes in lead off. Double comes off the score. Braves get on the board 4-1.
Profar's been outstanding over his last 18 ball games, hitting 294 with 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, and 18 runs coming into the ball game. Regardless of what uniform he's in, he can hit. Nice little sinker down. He's going with that pitch. That's definitely a difficult pitch to try to pull. So good job by Profar letting that baseball travel deep and getting an RBI.
It's the first run that McLean has allowed in the major league. Having his first start against the Mariners, he went 5 in the third innings without giving up a run. Struck out 8 in that game. A couple of strikeouts here tonight, but now a run allowed on 2 hits in this inning. Matt Olson stands in. He struck out his first time. Outside. Ball 1 strike on Olson. McLean's ability to spin the ball is what has set him apart from maybe those other Mets minor leaguers we talked about, Brandon Strode and Jonah Tong, who both will get their major league debuts at some point, maybe soon. Well, Tong just got to AAA. But McLean has that breaking ball, and it has certainly carried him over the last couple of years in minor leagues.
And the arm angle is almost like he's throwing across his body and showing the ability to have that sinker. So he seems to be able to command the ball east and west, so that makes for a difficult cover for the hitter to guess right.
As a two-way player in college at Oklahoma State, actually he hit more than he pitched in college. Third-round pick of the Mets, and he has been able to move his way up in the organization thanks to that breaking ball and a good fastball, too.
Like I said, that arm side movement, the four-seamer, he can touch 97, so you have to honor the velocity, but the movement, the command of his calling card if he wants to be successful in the big leagues.
And the ball going from the arm side to the glove side, and he's able to move it in such a way that very few pitchers can from that range. So his debut number is one of those 2 Mets to do what he did. The other was Matt Harvey, but one of the great major league debuts really ever. He came up to the majors. 3-2 the count on Olson. Runner going. Olson strikes out, throwing to second base. It's a strikeout, throw by double play. Throw by Hayden Sager as McLean gets the strikeout of Olson.
Be able to throw that ball, bounce breaking ball. Sanger timed that perfectly and fired an absolute C to the door, the double play.
Who do you think's going to win the big game?
The real winner is T-Mobile. Tell them, Zach. They won the J.D. Power Award for #1 customer satisfaction for home wireless internet.
Hey, give me some. T-Mobile's got home internet, just $35 a month, and it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Cover us in mud, not dyes and perfumes. Woo! Clean deep with new Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Free and Clear Laundry Detergent. Our most powerful free and clear formula. Skin safe certified 100%.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
Hey, Verilux, can you imagine the progressive lens of the future?
You mean a lens engineered with artificial intelligence powered by individual measurements of your visual behavior? A lens personalized to you by an Essilor expert optician. Discover Verilux XR Track progressive lenses and experience instant sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Verilux by Essilor.
Make room cause we moving in, yeah. With my team we aim to win, yeah. Right now let's go again. For the home team, three plays for the wins for the whole team.
Time for a stage manager interview with Carlos Mendoza. Nolan McLean, D-Train said he's the real deal. Now it's his second start. What makes you most excited about him?
Yeah, no, there's a lot to like about this kid, man. The way he carried himself and his ability to slow the game down, and he can spin the baseball. You know, this is a guy that even when he gets behind him down, he's got the ability to throw the breaking ball for strikes. And don't forget, he's got 97, 98 when he needs to, the sinker. So there's a lot to like about him.
All right, Cedric Mullins, he's looked just a tip off offensively since coming over here at the trade deadline. Nice to see that triple from him here tonight.
Yeah, especially with the strikes left on left. He's been pretty good this year against lefties, and I feel like he keeps missing good pitches to hit. On that occasion, there he came through big time for us.
Carlos Mendoza, who his first year with the Mets couldn't have gone any better. This one has certainly had its bumps along the way after a great start to the year. Looked like the Mets were going to waltz into the playoffs, but now they're going to have to fight to hold off Cincinnati, a team that has certainly played well under Terry Francona, only a half game behind the Mets.
You know, I think Mendoza and Billy, the coaching staff, has done an outstanding job. The team struggles. The locker room looks at the coaching staff and the management and see how they're going to handle adversity as well as themselves. And I think he's done a good job of being positive, but also having, the decisions to have some tough conversations and be honest with your locker room. And so he's pure class. You never hear a bad word about him, and he still believes that their best baseball is in front of them.
The Reds are in Arizona this weekend. And the Reds still have a head-to-head series left. That'll be September 5th through the 7th, three-game series. The first weekend of September, so that'd be a huge series.
Now, the Reds have a tough schedule remaining. One of the toughest in all of baseball. They do not have one but two West Coast trips remaining. So that's a tough draw for them if they want to get into the postseason. So the Reds just have to handle business moving forward, really start to play complete games. And if they do that, they'll get in.
The Mets schedule also one of the tougher schedules remaining as well. It's with an upcoming road trip that will feature the Tigers and the Reds as Lindor smacks one through, and then the Phillies on the end of that road trip. So they'll have a lot of big matchups themselves coming up. Our pitching decisions presented by Sage. Juan Soto drew a bases-loaded walk his last time.
Yeah, he took the breaking ball for a strike, but he's looking soft the whole time. That's why he's taking good fastball by Wentz, but he worked the count, knew that he wasn't going to come across the plate, and Juan Soto did not offer.
Mets have 8 hits already against Joey Wentz. They had 3 in the second and 3 in the third inning, scoring twice in each of those innings as Wentz comes in to strike. Wentz really a part of the rotation now for Atlanta. A lot of necessity. They've had so many injuries, especially in their starting rotation.
You know what? You see that in a lot of these rotations for teams that are fighting to get in the postseason help as well, especially on that bump, whether it's relievers or prime starting rotation. And so, like I said, in the beginning of the ball game, Wentz has a chance to not only finish strong for this season, but all that adversity that he's dealt with, he has a chance to show that he can have a chance to crack that rotation next year as well.
A couple of waiver wire pickups in that rotation, including Wentz and Cal Quantrill, who's pitching tomorrow. Strider has not been himself this year. Ronaldo Lopez has been out all year. Spencer Schwellenbach on the IL. Chris Sale got hurt. A.J. Smith-Shawver needed Tommy John surgery. Grant Holmes is out, so they've had a lot of injuries to big spots in their rotation this year. 2-1 balls and a strike on Soto.
I think Carlos Mendoza said it a couple weeks ago when we had the Mets game last time. He said only the Dodgers can get to the postseason and lose that many starters in their rotation. You know, when you lose that many arms, key arms, especially when Atlanta Braves that the calling card has been consistent pitching, it's going to be tough.
Ball going from a second, and Lindor hits a stolen base. Easy steal for Francisco Lindor, enjoying another 2020 year. Ball.
Excellent jump by Lindor. He was playing a little mental cat and mouse game with Wentz and got his momentum towards second base and timed it perfectly.
His 21st stolen base. He is the only primary shortstop in Major League history in 5 2020 years. Number 1 this year. Soto looks at a strike, and it's 3-2. Mets trying to tack on after scoring twice in the second inning and 2 in the third. And on second with nobody out here in the fourth, Lindor takes off for third. Soto bounces one foul. Braves have Eric Fetty warming up in their bullpen.
Wentz would have held that ball a tick longer. Looks like they'd had to play.
He was so far off second base that Wentz thrown it to second, he probably would have made it to third anyway.
One more.
Huge lead there. Stealing second base is in scoring position with nobody out. Full count on Soto. Check Smith fouls and stays alive.
Excellent at bat by Juan Soto, fouling.
Alright, let's do this. Real quick game. Let's ride. Got some glare. Get rid of that. We're just gonna stick with the tried and true method. We're just gonna go. Try to get some good speed on it. But we're not gonna wait. We're not gonna wait till we get to the line to throw. We're just gonna go by feel. And it's not gonna work. But oh, we almost fuck. Nice spare. Nice spare. I got a little sloppy with that for 1 minute. And also, I think it's worth noting that you're supposed to move at a moderate pace. It's so hard to get rhythm, though. See, it really is all about the release above the head. So, let's do this. We'll just try to. I do not understand it. So I think it might also be a two-part thing where like you kind of hold it up, let your arm go down, and then up. Maybe that'll help make it more consistent. It's like down, up. No, what the fuck? It's like we're like lightsaber battle. Right, we go down, down. I don't get it. No rhyme or reason. It's so fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. Okay. Now I'm good enough at this. Yeah, I know I can do stuff like that, but that doesn't help me. Spares don't help me. Okay, we're going back to the original method. It's not hard enough, so it's not gonna all go. What fucking goes? What in tarnation? This makes no sense. See, that's hard. Should be good, and it's not crazy work. All right. We're gonna put some spin on it. We're gonna do some funky stuff here. Bang, and field goal's good. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here, boys and girls. 161. Game 32. We've hit a regression, but I was rattling off a lot of over 200s earlier. We're just going to give it a rest. We'll see you tomorrow, channel.